What have you been doing this year? Have you been working on your dreams and goals? Have you spent time on yourself? Because if anyone deserves it, it's you. So I guess this year is about choosing you. And what is it that you need to do in order to choose for yourself? So let's go back to those dreams and those goals. What are your dreams and goals, and how do you work on those? Well, I have to say I'm a bit in luck because I have the privilege of being a student from Brandon Burchard. And well, he's got some amazing ideas. What I've noticed in the last week, maybe a little bit longer, is that people can say certain things and come up with certain things, but that doesn't mean that it's the time to actually go do it. So for instance, when he did a rerun of IBP Influencer Business Pro this week, I listened to what he said. Well, I remember that episode because he referred to me. He calls me Lady. I always tell him to call me Lexy, but I do understand it. I mean, it's just Lady Lexy after all, which of course is related to my brand name. But apart from that, he mentioned a number of things. And the good thing was that I realized that one of the things that I have been implementing is being consistent. So actually that started December 2023. Can you imagine that? 2023. And well, that was about posting every day on Instagram, and I've been doing so ever since. Now, I'm going to be a little bit wrong. Did you notice that I think as of today, Instagram changed the frames, the sizes of the frames. So I have to redo or edit it all. And because I've posted so much, it's going to be a ton of work. Well, thank you, Instagram. Now let's go on for the normal day-to-day business. Well, there's nothing normal about my day-to-day business because it is about prioritizing what I need to do in order to achieve my goals and dreams. And like I said, Brandon has told us a number of things, including being consistent. And I was thinking about this. I know I do my Friday night lives. I stopped doing them on Instagram because I've learned that people do not watch long lives on Instagram. But I am curious about one thing. What time suits you best when we talk about Friday Night Live? So I haven't come up with a fixed time because it depends basically on how I feel, how tired I am. And my goal is always to do it early in the night, but early in the night here means that it's still afternoon, yes, before the evening, in at least on a Pacific, in the Pacific time area, so LA. It might be around evening when it comes to Eastern time, but every once in a while it does often, well, not every once in a while, so every so often it happens that I do fall asleep, especially when preparing things. And well, when I wake up, it might be Saturday morning over here, but in other countries, it's actually Friday night. So the question is, would you appreciate a fixed time for me to go live? That's basically what I'm asking you. And if so, is there a preference? And it's still called Friday Night Live. The other thing is, and then we get back to consistency. So Brandon is teaching us something called Done by One. So if you look at my post, then for almost the last 2 weeks, you see all these hashtags, Done by One. And one of the things that I actually decided to do is I want to go live on Instagram after 1 p.m. So usually that's somewhere between 1:30 and 2. So there we get back to it again. Do I need to do it on a fixed time? The reason Brandon says do the things before 1, and yes, he is so immensely right, is that after 1, usually a lot of people come knocking on our doors and saying, well, can you do this for me? Can you call? Can we? And all of a sudden, the quiet time is over. So there is a solution to that, which is airplane mode on the phone. So I was thinking about, what if I can stretch things to 2 o'clock, and then from 2 o'clock onwards, then people can do all the stuff. So that also means prepping for going to the physical therapist, for instance. But yes, it could work for me to say, straight after posting whatever it is I'm posting on Instagram, let me also do a live talking about the things that I actually did for the day, which I also might be of interest to you, because this is not just about what I have done. This is also about me inspiring you to take action. Now, I know someone is listening right now. She says, yes, consistency is key, I think. Then your audience would know when to tune in. Well, thank you for saying so, Sharon. I absolutely appreciate that. So, like I said, it's not only to do a brain dump, which basically is what I'm doing, but also to inspire you, because I believe that people need to be inspired to go live their dreams and goals. Now, I want to show you something because I'm kind of proud of this. So this is the framework that I showed today. And in the middle of the triangle, you see goals and dreams. And then underneath, you see brainstorm. So let me put that aside. So the dreams and goals, which goals and dreams do you have? And which are long-term? And do you have a date linked to it? So a number of you know that in September, I like to go to Chicago. I want to do the Chicago trip. I call it the Chicago Courage trip. It's meant to be coached and at the same time have fun and end up with a group of like-minded people who want to continue the group coaching afterwards. The thing is, even though it's only January, I probably should start planning it and giving you a look behind the scenes of what it is that I'm doing. And actually, I kind of like that. I like going on video, and for some reason, and I still don't know what it is, it's easier to do this like literally on Instagram as opposed to doing the same thing on StreamYard. Don't ask me why. I mean, StreamYard is far more efficient when it comes to re-editing all those kind of things. But yes, probably because I try to manage the time, as in make it not too long. Now, the brainstorming here is what I write down, as in what do I need to do in order to achieve those goals and dreams. And that's why I love the Done by One from Brandon Burchard, because he basically challenged us to get those specifically important things done before 1. So hence priority. So I got a priority list. So basically those are the priorities linked to what is it that you want to do. Now, I do have 2 things on the side. On one end, there is the mindset stuff, and on the other end is the to-do list. Now, my to-do list is not the to-do list, which is normally the to-do list. It is a to-do, not today list, and not the daily stuff. So today, not daily list, and which is about what things do you need to do to actually move forward, or because, it's that kind of day, it's that weekend in the month, it's the month of the quarter. So for me, it has to do with taxes. What is it for you that you need to do? And more importantly, how can you make it fun? So for me, it becomes fun when I think about how easily I can do it nowadays. So when it comes to mindset, I still think about the times that it actually cost me a ton of work. But if I turn it around, then I actually can become aware like, oh, but actually I can do it kind of quickly nowadays. So my question to you is, what are your dreams and goals? Have you been working on those? And what is it that you can do when it comes to doing stuff that maybe doesn't seem fun initially, but which can become fun if you look at it in a different way? Now, if you don't know how to change those ideas, something that you don't like is something you don't like, well, maybe check out the links in my bio, because I do have a link to a transformation page in there. And I also need to update the link for you to get this one. I set it to €1. I was like, that should be optional. You can pay if something more if you want to. You don't have to. It's all up to you. But I worked on getting that offer out there. So go check it out. Well, that's it for now. Please leave a comment also after the live. And I'll talk to you soon, as in tomorrow around the same time, same place, here live on Instagram.